January 16, 2020. This is issue 1000 of these transmissions coming through the Omega Communications portal. I was prompted to start this type of session in February 1988. So I've been going a little while, and over the time the beings have changed who have come to help us, to assist us. This is because my consciousness has changed, your consciousness has changed, the energy which is needed, which beings like you and I are drawing into the earth, we are bringing in energy that is needed for the present moment. So it's all interesting, and you're all part of this. We are creating this reality, even as I'm speaking to you. We are creating something different, a changed perspective, a changed level of pattern or frequency. So this is a way to start this session today, and allow yourself then to open, to be curious as to what's coming through, and allow yourself to receive the impressions, the concepts of what is presented to you in these words. In this way, as you grasp the concept of what is presented, you will expand into your own realization of what it's all about. So I let go of the concept of myself speaking as Lani, and I allow the concept of us all to be in the receiving area of the station of light. Remember that in the previous transmission, we were reminded that we are each in an individual sphere of light, filled with whatever and everything which is needed, which you draw into you. So I leave us in this state to allow the other dimensional beings to come through with their energy and information and presence. We are present with you, beloved. Orem addressing you again in this space, this familiar space to you, as you allow your senses to expand and absorb and integrate into the energy patterns surrounding you here in this space. These energy patterns are easily recognized by your higher, expanded consciousness that you exist as in this space. This is the only way at present that you are able to assemble into this area, the station of light. And every time you do assemble in here, adjustments are received and are ongoing for you as your light body energy system, and in turn that is assimilated into the physicality, into the depth of every cellular pattern, every intricate intersection of the flowingness that is essentially what your physical unit is. Your physical unit has been created for the perfect state to exist in within the earth pattern structure. With the changes occurring to the earth energy structure, then your body, also your earth body structure, is changing as you realize you are taking in the higher impulses coming through the solar portal for you. It is all part of evolution. It is all part of what you chose to materialize into and to assist the process. So up until this point and ongoing from this moment in experience, you have accumulated all of the energy necessary for this interchange of energy to occur through you and through the planet. It is simply a natural process which you participated in your reality, where you originally were constructing life forms. This is the power of your creationism individually, using the collective presentation of energy processes presented into all that is manifestation. A manifestation does not necessarily just include what you see physically or touch physically. Manifestation is also that which is energy as it coalesces or draws into a specific pattern for a specific purpose. And here you are in the midst of this. You are manifesting creation. Moving forward from this moment, we again have the portal presented to you here for you to enter through, if you are willing to do that, and again experience life in a different sphere of existence. You may be momentarily envisioning and experiencing a state that is very cold, in terms as you would recognize the ice and snow areas on your planet. Very cold, very pure. And as you manifested into that state in this reality that you are experiencing, you also were drawing in patterns of light. Through the patterns of light came the potential to create organisms, to create plant life, and therefore those areas were able to be transformed into another type of existence. And so you might see more water evolving from that. You might also see that there were areas revealed which were above waterline, and now which are becoming overcome or covered with plant life. And with comes plant life inherent in that are other organisms to spread the seeds of the plant, the energies around the energy mass of the land, of the particular planetoid sphere. So there are processes, you see, there are stages in the evolution. And all of this is greater than the scientific minds are able to produce naturally. Because everything which is produced needs to come through the manifested process from creation, because there is a higher balance and order in all of that. And you will also see that areas modify themselves, they adapt, they adjust. And this is why we are bringing this to your attention, because you adapt to the higher pattern frequency that you are receiving through solar portal from source creation. The oneness that you recognize as a term, the oneness. You will feel this within you. You will feel a pattern being activated within you, which creates the release from you. And as part of this release, you will be recognizing already there are certain patterns that you no longer need to have, which have been perhaps proceeding through a course of evolution through your body. In this choice that is presented to you, to your conscious mind, you become aware of those patterns that have been disturbing your sense of natural order and how you perceive the natural order for your healthy organism to be present on earth. And this is how you allow a cleansing and a bringing into a state of reconnection to the higher pattern of creation, that overlaying crystalline energy matrix or field, which is becoming more apparent to you. Many of you are able to perceive this in many different ways currently in your existence. Some of this is through different chemical equipment. Some of it is as you see clearly through a higher enhanced aspect of your visionary processes. This crystalline energy which is present. Some of this also will be bringing forward the clarification, the clearance needed in some of the layers of your atmosphere around you. So, you see, what is presented comes forward to balance situations or to change situations, to restore it to a higher field, dynamic, co-creative process. And as you understand this, you will see that the higher pattern of energy is always there to be drawn upon and utilised. And this is the main purpose for bringing you into this presentation at this time, to realise that this pattern exists. The process exists. You may already have the mind pattern that says, oh, there's always a higher way to change what has happened, or to restore a better pattern, to bring in a better way to do this that is more natural to the process of evolution in its natural form. It is through the curiosity, the questioning, the realization that you are able to access and resonate with the exact frequency which manifests in some way. We could call it assistance for you, or for what is presented around you that you are immersed within. We do perceive the great activity that many of you are involved in already in creating new processes to assist yourself and all of creation on this planet. There's always this higher working occurring. And with that, you have been reminded that you can call on help from other dimensions. This is presented to you in this way today. You are surrounded in this space with multi-galactic cultures who have all come forward with the same intention of assistance here, simply because you put out the call that people around you, that the planet perhaps, but the people need help, that you as an individual may have called out for help. And the help will come in accordance with the resonating field of energy, and this is the overlaying crystalline energy field at this present around you. This is already within your personal, individual energy sphere. Draw this in around you, into the space, this assembly space now, in the receiving area of the station. We acknowledge you and your presence. Orem out. We who come forward, surrounding you briefly in this process of the session, simply a collective from what you would also associate with as the Council of Light around you. We assure you there is a stabilization process involved in the upliftment and expansion around you. So as you continue to maintain your connection to the higher order of your own individual creation, you are bringing this in to reality around you. There is freedom in this process. You are free to choose, but the freedom referred to is that the resistances, perhaps the limitations that may have been around you for whatever purpose have dissolved away. And you are now surrounded in this great collective. You could simply refer to it as the higher light of creation. And the concept of that will bring up into you what is needed. It is simple. Do not complicate the process. You are unfolded in this light. So we withdraw at this moment. Lani speaking again. I am with you. I thank all of those beings. I acknowledge all of those beings that came forward. Perhaps you saw some individually communicating with you. If you do, that is the greater intensity of this work of your placement here, the purpose for you being drawn here. There are many elements that you can take in from this. The main one that I'm sensing being taken in by everyone is joy and love. Great joy. Expanding, filling you. So remember all of this different light that they are referring to as the crystalline light. And of course that is a term given to us because we will recognise that. It is flowing, it is an energy, it is light. So bring this back into you now and bring all of it back into your body where you are receiving this. Right all through all of the processes, all of the energy system that is you, known as your particular name and physical self, and all of the layers of you. And just be aware of your location, the day, the time, and aware of your presence here in this civilization. Thank you. I end this session through the Omega Communications portal.